Well, by now, you know Oklahoma U.S. Senator Markwayne Mullin is leaving his post to become Homeland Security Secretary.
Man, and tonight we have more details on who may be vying to fill the U.S. Senate seat being left open by Mr. Mullin taking over that new job. News 4's Spencer Humphrey is here with an update on who it might be and who it won't be. What do you think, Spencer?
Yeah, Kevin and Allie, the filing window to run for that Senate seat opens on April 1st, so officially we won't know who's running until then, but unofficially we've already had quite a few people hint they're probably going to run for it, but also just as many who tell us they have no plans to.
The speculation has begun.
This in Oklahoma, hear me now, believe me later, is a political revolution.
Who will Governor Stitt appoint to temporarily replace Senator Markwayne Mullin? And who will Oklahoma voters elect this November to take that spot permanently?
A minimum of 150 people think they have a legitimate shot.
Let's start with the temporary gig. Experts say Stitt will likely appoint someone from his inner circle.
Who's his right-hand man or woman that he knows he can trust to be a U.S. Senator for the next several months?
Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell's name has been floated as a possibility. We reached out to his office and they did not shut the idea down, telling us the Lieutenant Governor is watching how things unfold and evaluating where he could best continue serving the people of Oklahoma in the future. But sources close to Stitt we've talked to say his top two choices are likely people you may not have heard of: businessman Dustin Hillary and Stitt's chief of staff Donnell Harder. Hillary is the CEO of a Lawton-based telecommunications company. Governor Stitt appointed him to the State Board of Higher Education Regents in 2023. Harder has been his chief of staff since last year, but she's also a longtime campaign consultant working with Stitt since he first ran for governor. We reached out to Hillary and Harder, but didn't hear back from either. National outlets reported Friday Oklahoma City oil tycoon Harold Hamm actually called Stitt to ask if he could have the temporary appointment. We reached out to Hamm's team, but got no response. When it comes to who's going to run to be the permanent replacement this November, we told you some believe Stitt himself would make a lot of sense.
I think he runs for U.S. Senate. I think he's the man to beat.
We reached out to Stitt's office and asked if he's considering running, but didn't get a response. Our sources also tell us Tulsa area Congressman Kevin Hern plans to announce he'll be running for the seat sometime next week. Hern's been in Congress since 2018 and is a wealthy businessman with plenty of his own cash on hand to fund a statewide campaign quickly. Oklahoma City Congresswoman Stephanie Bice's name has also been thrown around, and she posted on social media Thursday night, "Running for Mullin's seat is something I'm carefully considering, and stay tuned." Experts also think there might be another group of folks interested.
I think we could see candidates that are running for another office right now jump in a U.S. Senate race.
If you're running for governor right now and you've already spent a lot of money on TV with name recognition and such, that you could say to yourself, I got a better chance of being a U.S. Senator than I do a governor.
We reached out to candidates for Governor Charles McCall, Gentner Drummond, Mike Mazzei, and Chip Keating. McCall told us, I remain focused on becoming the next governor of Oklahoma. Drummond told us, right now my focus is the governor's race and the work we're doing to move our state forward. Mazzei told us, I have zero interest in serving in Congress. I am 100% focused on becoming Oklahoma's next governor. And Keating told us, I am only focused on running for Oklahoma governor. Others have floated names like Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt, or even former State Superintendent Ryan Walters. Holt's office told us he didn't have a comment. Walters didn't respond to us.
And again, the filing window to run for the seat permanently opens on April 1st. As for who will hold it temporarily, Stitt has until Mullin's last day in the Senate on March 31st to appoint someone.